It's easy to take for granted the courage and skill of professional rescuers until that moment when you see them holding someone's life in their hands. I'm William Shatner. Tonight, true stories of men and women who reach out to those in desperate need on Rescue 911. We begin in New York City as an early morning call for help set in motion one of the most daring rescue attempts in that city's history. Most of the footage in this story was taped as events unfolded on May 14th, 1991.
Yeah, how you doing? I've got a fire at 727.
What borough are you in?
What? One more time?
What borough?
Manhattan.
Hold on to the fire department.
Jesus, God.
Fire department, 164.
Yeah, fire department, 723 7th Avenue, 12th floor. It's getting really smoky in here, mate. I gotta get out of here.
Department, 164.
On the 10th floor of a Manhattan high-rise, Ron Perlstein was in the offices of his video production company.
I was sitting at my desk. I just finished editing a piece, and I saw smoke coming out the building across the street. I didn't think much of it at first.
Fire 283, where's the fire?
48th and 7th. Big fire, big fire. A lot of smoke. Top floor.
By the time I got back to the window, I saw somebody inside the building looking, trying to get out.
Okay, there are people inside. There are people inside waving from the smoke-filled windows.
Okay.
Oh!
When I looked through the viewfinder, the guy was almost outside the ledge on the top floor. I felt helpless. I'm 50 feet away and I can't do anything.
A Rescue 1 unit specially trained for difficult emergencies headed to the scene. On the way, the unit's commander, Lieutenant Patrick Brown, was notified that people were trapped inside the building.
The rescue company responds to any serious fire or any report of an auto accident where people are trapped or a building collapse. It's kind of like a football team, kind of like roving linebacker, you know, you just wander around, do what has to be done.
When we arrived at the scene, could look up and see the two victims, one on 7th Avenue and one on the 48th Street side. The one victim on the 7th Avenue side was in a very bad position.
The fire was only a room away from it.
I see him. Ray? Yeah. We got it. Let's go. Top floor. Top floor. Got the rope. Patty, I got it. Patty, come on, let's go.
He's out of reach of our aerials and out of reach of our tower ladders.
Our job was to force entry on the 12th floor and try to get him.
All right, Patty, it's on the roof, right? Yeah, it's on the roof. All right.
We had no idea what we were going into. You never know how far the fire is advanced.
As I got to the 6th floor, the smoke met us. I said to myself, how are we going to save these guys? I mean, the fire was extending so rapidly, they really didn't have much time.
When we continue,
I was screaming to get his attention, so at least he'd know help was on the way. But he was in a lot of trouble. I thought he was going to jump right then.
while New York City firefighters continue to try and make their way up through the burning building to the two men trapped on the 12th floor, time seemed to be running out for one of the victims.
As the smoke and fire kept on building up, the guy kept on inching his way out towards the window. I'm thinking, how can this guy breathe? I mean, because this is a huge fire. The heat, the smoke. I don't know how this guy's breathing.
Help him.
When we reached the flyer floor, I went up to the roof to get a more clear picture of where they were trapped in relation to the stairway we were on. It was like I came out onto a baseball field and there was a couple hundred people were yelling at me. Everybody, it seemed to me from across the street, was pointing down at a certain spot.
Yo, up here!
And I saw the first victim.
All right, just stay right there.
I was screaming to get his attention so at least he'd know help was on the way. But he was in a lot of trouble.
The interior attempt to get the victims wasn't progressing quick enough because of the volume of fire.
It was a very acrid smoke condition. The smoke is going to get you before the fire does.
I didn't think we were going to have time to save him, much less the second guy.
Hey, hook up, all right? Yeah.
I knew we had to go over the roof to get him.
One of the men in Lieutenant Brown's unit would have to be lowered by rope to the victims trapped on the 12th floor. Firefighter Patty Barr was assigned to the rope that day. Though he had been trained for it, Patty had never been involved in this type of rescue before.
To put my men in this dangerous situation was a difficult thing to do. A good friend and mentor of mine in the fire department was killed in exactly the same type of operation where the rope snapped and they fell 8 floors to their death. But there was no other way. It was the last resort.
Come on up, Patty. Just come on up.
Kevin Shea also had never done a rope rescue before. As the anchorman, he would tie the rope to his harness and control the speed of Patty's descent.
I yelled back to my men. I said, "Let's go, hurry up, hurry up." I thought he was going to jump right then. While the other men were getting ready, Patty got up on a parapet just so the guy could see his foot, and maybe that would hold him on another couple seconds.
Firefighter Barr was already going over the edge.
But due to the construction of this building, there was nothing for Kevin Shea to anchor himself on. The victim had only a few seconds to live. We had to make a decision real quick what we were going to do.
That's it. Let's go. Atlanta, Patty. All right, here we go. You ready?
Pat O'Keefe and Bruce Newberry just laid on top of Kevin.
We had to use ourselves as human anchors. There was no way that I could sink even my hands into anything to grab so that I wouldn't lose Kevin. What was going through my mind was when this civilian jumps on, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I got you. Good. Yeah.
The victim just fell out into his arms. And this pulled my men up into almost half-standing position.
Hold on, Kevin. Stop. Hold on. It's okay.
That was the most intense 5 seconds of my life, but everybody held on.
Hold it.
seemed like an eternity up on the roof.
As soon as they brought him inside the building, everybody was cheering. He even waved. The fireman waved, you know, and just to show that, you know, hey, you know, New York's all right.
All right, he's in. He's in.
You were happy for 2 seconds, and then you knew you had to get right back to work. Because there was another man on 48th Street side.
Kevin now took firefighter Barr's position and hooked himself into the rope.
Let's go. Hold on. All right, Kevin. All right, go. Yeah.
Firefighter Ray McCormick was with another ladder company.
A fireman handed me the rope and asked me if I knew how to do this. There is a certain amount of trust that firemen have with each other, but this was an extremely critical situation. There was no time for lies. And I said to him, yes, I do know how to do it. And that was no bull.
All right, go ahead. We're ready, Lou. Go.
He was giving the orders to lower, and I watched the rope go through my hands, and the rope was already frayed. And that, like, sent a shiver through my body, that the rope was already frayed.
A little more, another few feet.
The people on the street were unbelievable. You could hear them. 13 flights up. They just kept getting louder and louder. We had done it, and it was just very gratifying, and it was just a special moment for me. Never forget it. Never forget it.
The two men rescued from the 12th floor, Jose Gallegos and Peter Lewis, were taken to the hospital and treated for smoke inhalation. More than 100 firefighters fought the blaze for another hour before it was extinguished. But not a single life was lost that day.
Feel like a hero now?
Yes. No, I don't feel like a hero.
Why not?
Because
when you see the two firemen hanging from ropes, everybody thinks that those two guys are heroes, and that this is the whole rescue, and it's not. That's not the way it is at all.
Make some room. Let's go. Make some room.
There's a lot more firemen that are taking tremendous punishment in on the fire floor, trying to actually crawl past fire to rescue these victims and put the fire out.
It's a tremendous team effort. I was the one to go over on the rope, but there would have been 100 guys to grab that rope out of my hand to go over. I took a lot of the glory, but everybody deserves it. I think the whole fire department deserves it.
This was so dangerous. I could have stopped them, and nobody would fall to this. I could have stopped them, and the 2 victims would be dead. But everybody hung on to that rope, and everybody came out alive.
Everybody up on this side. Everybody. Hello, Laura. Hello, Kevin.
Three months have passed since the incident, but neither Jose Gallegos nor Peter Lewis can forget the men who gave them a second chance at life.
How you doing? There we go. Jose, how you doing, man? How you feeling, all right? How you been? Good.
After the fire, when I was able to go out, I felt I had to go and see them, and I had to hug these guys and say thank you and share a moment. When I was up in that ledge, I really thought that I was dying. I thought that that was the last moment of my life. It was really an incredible thing what they did.
And the ladder only reached the 5th floor. Since the fire, every so often I think back to it and I say, gee, you know, I actually am still here. Man, what a day. I'm lucky that Kevin was on duty that day. His matter-of-fact attitude and calmness kept me calm, too.
I tell you, if I wouldn't hear you and then you, it would have been out for me.
Yeah. Party bar, I just love him, and I don't know how to thank him. You know, whatever I do wouldn't be enough. Every time they go to a job, I really wish that the Lord is with them and help them, because they risk their own lives. They just don't think. They just go and do it and save you.
Hey, it's definitely good to see you guys, man.
And they saved me.
You know, still here.
When a call for help comes into the police, the information it contains is not always complete. The officers who respond may not be told exactly where the victim is or what they'll find when they finally reach him. This story is not a recreation. It's a tragic reality of patrolling the streets on the night beat in Oakland, California.
Oh yeah, we're back open now.
Around 1:30 a.m. on Saturday, taxi dispatcher Diane Jackson has 8 cabs on the street working the graveyard shift.
257, 257. My cab driver, 257. About 1:31, I had dispatched him. The next thing I know, he was calling up.
257, I'm being robbed. 257, I'm being robbed. 257.
And boom, it stopped. You know, like he was in a tussle, or they took the mic from him or something. So I went right to the phone, because I knew what I was supposed to do.
Oakland Police, 6-3.
Hi, this is Associated Cab Jackson, number 4. My cab 257. He just came on the air. He called me. He told me he's being robbed.
Cab number 254.
257.
257. He's not answering.
He's not answering. I don't know what they're doing to him. He just said, 257, I'm being robbed. I'm being robbed. They might have hit him in the head or something.
Okay, did it sound like there was a struggle?
A little, yeah.
Okay, and did he say the location he was at, or this was just the last place where he was dispatched?
That's where he picked up at.
What color are your cabs?
Blue and white.
Okay, we have units on the way, okay.
All right, thank you.
When we continue.
Gunshots that you hear.
We all have in our mind's eye what's going on with this guy, and we're all kind of frustrated because we don't know.
257, I got to get some help to you. You got to tell me where you are. 257.
I don't
Know where you are?
I don't know.
Okay, 257. And after he said that, I said, either he's hallucinating or is somebody in the cab playing games and he's really hurt.
Come on, guys, where is it?
They searched for more than 10 minutes without any sign of cab 257. At 2 a.m., a call comes in.
Oakland Emergency 25.
Yes, this is, I'm calling from 402 Graham. And it's a cab. It's almost in my house. I heard some shots, but I don't know what it is. I ain't been outside yet. So you send somebody?
So you said there's a cab?
Yeah, a cab car.
And it almost ran into your house?
Yes, it did.
Okay, but it didn't hit anything, right?
I don't know. I ain't been outside.
Okay, you heard how many gunshots? How many gunshots did you hear?
I don't know how many. I was asleep.
Okay, you heard several, though. And this guy in the cab, does he appear to be...
I can't see him.
All right, we're on the way.
We immediately jumped to the conclusion that the gunshots are related to the missing cab.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
No, we're going to need some more units down here, too.
And a tech. Get a tech. He had been shot on the side of the head, but he had locked the car and we couldn't get to him.
Get back.
Raymond Backman is one of the first officers on the scene.
It's okay.
The ambulance is coming, okay?
Ambulance is coming, okay?
Hey, watch out there ain't no evidence. Watch out you guys ain't stepping on no evidence.
Yeah, watch the evidence.
Okay.
Please.
It's okay, sir. It's the police. It's the police, okay? Just be calm. Let go of the door, sir, okay? Let go of the door. Let go of the door. The police are here, okay?
I guess he thought I was still the person who had tried to rob him because he reached over with his right hand and tried to hold the door shut as I was opening it.
Stay still, okay?
It appeared that this had been very recent, that we'd rolled up within minutes of the actual shooting. So I was concerned initially that the suspect could still be in the area.
Just take it easy. Leave the mic alone. Just take it easy. Just calm down. He kept moving for the microphone because that was his lifeline. And although he was breathing very shallow, he still was breathing. I looked at his wounds and they looked horrible. The next thing was to help him in his effort to fight back. I think that's critical when you're wounded like that, to not just do like in the movies and keel over dead, that you've got to fight for your life. Okay.
Diffuse caller.
Officers searched the scene for any clues.
You can buzz 103 to gain entry to the building.
Right here on the side of this cab.
104.
Let's get fire alarm here.
Yeah, they're coming.
We got
8 minutes after the cab was found, rescue workers arrived to treat the driver. Among those who respond is paramedic Christine Lyons-Ross.
The injury that I noticed was a bullet wound to the left temporal. His eye was hanging out. His other eye was shut. He had blood all over him. He was breathing into his sinuses, which was he's bleeding out of his nose and into his ears. He was wounded severely. Most people that sustain that severe of an injury are basically dead, actually.
"42-year-old Shahid Colon is taken to Highland Hospital and put under the care of Dr. Michael Smith.
He had multiple fragments of the bullet spread out all over his front part of his head, and so that obviously caused a great deal of tissue destruction. Fortunately, most of it was anterior in front of the brain, and the brain really didn't sustain too much injury, which is why he's still with us.
Two months later, Shahid Colon continues to recover from his serious injury. He is blind as a result of the shooting, but they hope he may regain partial sight in his right eye.
I would have been dead. It is only my quick evacuation to the hospital which has saved me. I wish I could find words to explain my thankfulness, gratefulness to all the people.
Concerned about Shahid's condition, paramedic Christine Lyons-Ross comes to visit him at his home.
I try to think of the patient as my family. You know, I'm someone's mom for 30 minutes or an hour, or I'm someone's sister, or I'm someone's best friend. I'm just happy you look so good.
Thank you.
I'm no hero. I just do my job and I love what I do.
At the time of the shooting, Shahid had been a cab driver for only 3 weeks. He started driving taxis at night as a second job to earn money to send his daughter to college.
My whole family was depending on me.
Taxi drivers in Oakland had been campaigning for bulletproof screens between themselves and their passengers. Shortly after the shooting of Shahid Cologne, the city council passed an ordinance making them mandatory.
It's dangerous, especially at night, because you got sick people out there. You got sick people who are on drugs and everything else. Yes, indeed, they need protection.
I mean, this guy here is, you know, just a working Joe. He's out there trying to earn his living like the rest of us, and he didn't ask for that. But he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's the real tragic part about it.
The same night of the shooting, police arrested a 17-year-old youth for the attempted robbery and attempted murder of Shahid Cologne. He escaped on June 25th and is still at large.
In the very early morning of May 3rd, 1990, in the suburbs of Lake Charles, Louisiana, most of the members of the Bellin family were sound asleep, but Angela Bellin, just 2 weeks away from the due date of her second child, had some news that she just couldn't keep to herself.
Ronnie, get up. Get up.
It's time?
Yeah, you get the kids on outside.
Okay.
Before heading for the hospital, Angela and her husband Ronnie planned to drop off her 6-year-old daughter at the babysitter's house.
When we got to the babysitter's, Angie was in extreme pain. We took her and we put her in the back seat to make her as comfortable as possible. We were going to go ahead and go on to the hospital. We made a half a block and Angie just started hollering and she was hurting and cramping and she was in severe pain. Come on, baby. Hang in there. We'll be okay. Come on, sweetheart. She's there, Ronnie, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I'm hurting too much.
The nearest hospital was more than 15 miles away, so Ronnie rushed back home to call Angela's doctor. His 12-year-old son, Brandon, stayed by her side.
It's going to be okay. I was telling Angie it was going to be okay. And Daddy's going to call the doctor and everything's going to be okay.
Brandon, I feel the head. Go get your dad.
When she told me the head was out, I really freaked. Because I didn't know what was happening or what was going to happen. Dad, the baby's head's out.
Oh my God, the head's out, Doc. What do I do? And he just said to get an ambulance and get her comfortable.
At 1:45 a.m., the call came in to dispatcher Julie Elliott.
911, what is your emergency? I got an emergency. I've got my wife having a baby. You have your wife having a baby? My wife's having a baby. The baby's halfway out. I live off Pinecone Drive. I need an ambulance immediately. The baby's halfway out? Yes, ma'am. I need help.
The local volunteer rescue squad was immediately dispatched, along with an ambulance from 5 miles farther away.
Is your wife laying down? She's in the car laying down. I can't move her. She's in the what? I can't get her out of the car. She's in the car? Right. We got 11 cars. We're halfway out of the car. The baby's halfway out. She's in the car right now.
We have flip charts that we use in the 911 center to step us through the calls that we receive.
But Julie had never used the childbirth cards before.
Sir, what I want you to do is get some towels and put right underneath her rear end where the baby's coming out. Towels, right. Okay, we can do that right now. Okay. Okay, the head is out. The head is out? Yes. Okay.
The baby's head was getting ready to come out. You can see a portion of it. Same token, I'm saying, I want to go find a closet and hide in it. I can't handle this. I'm squeamish, weak stomach. I passed out of blood. I can't do this.
Can you get an ambulance here? Quick. My partner has called the ambulance. What I'm going to do is stay on the phone with you until we get the baby delivered, until they get there, okay? Okay.
He was on a portable phone, and I knew I needed both of his hands free to be able to work and help get the baby out. I actually felt like I did want to jump through the phone to be there to do it for him.
Is she okay? Baby's coming out right now. What I do?
when we continue.
Mr. Bellon was so excited that I had to get control of him. And if he does something wrong, it could mean life or death.
We all have our private nightmares, and Ronnie Bellon was living his. Squeamish at any sight of blood, he was stuck in the back seat of the family car, on the phone with dispatcher Julie Elliott, desperately trying to help his wife Angela give birth.
What I do, the baby's coming out right now. You just put the baby in one of those towels, sir. Okay, hang on. The baby's head's all out. Wait a minute, sir. I want you to turn. I can't hear you. Can't hear you, ma'am.
Conversation between me and her was really kind of crazy because the phone kept on slipping off my shoulder and it kept on falling down because it was so slimy. So she had to ask the question several times and I had to repeat it.
Head's out. Okay, I want you to turn the baby's head to the side and I want you to clean the baby's mouth and nose. Turn the baby's head to the side? Yes, sir. I don't know which side. To the side, sir, like it's laying down on the side of its face. Okay. Okay?
She's saying, you got to turn the baby's head. The baby could suffocate. And it was like, oh my God, no. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Mr. Bellon was so excited and so nervous that I had to get control of him. And if he does something wrong, it could mean life or death.
Okay, I did that. Can you clean the baby's mouth and nose with a dry towel? You have to remember something, sir. This baby's going to be very slippery when it comes out, totally. Okay, it's coming out slowly. Okay, don't drop the baby. Okay, it's coming out. Okay.
I was holding Angie's hand, and I was really nervous, but I was trying to comfort her and make sure that she was okay. I really loved her a lot, and I didn't want nothing to happen to her.
Okay, here it comes out. Okay, then I want you to wrap it up. Okay, what do I do now? I want you to wrap the baby in a towel. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm wrapping it in a towel. Okay. Is the baby breathing? Okay, I got it. Give me that towel, Brandon. Is the baby breathing? Huh? Is the baby... I can't tell. What you mean you can't tell? I can't tell, ma'am.
At that point, I nearly died, thinking the baby's not breathing. I don't know how much further the ambulance or the paramedics have to get there to her. I knew that we could tell him what to do, but I wasn't sure whether he could actually do it.
Is the baby out completely? The baby is out. Okay. Clean the baby's mouth out. What I do to make her breathe? Slap her on the bottom of her foot. She ain't all the way out yet. Son? She's crying. She's crying. She's crying? She's crying. The baby's crying. Uh-huh. All right. Come on, boo. You hear her? Oh, bless her heart.
Words couldn't put it into effect how I felt when the baby started crying. I just thought, oh, we brought a life into the world. We really did it.
I seen that baby crying, and I felt like crying myself because I was so happy.
I want you to just wrap her in that. Okay, I got her out. I got her wrapped up. Just put her on her mama's stomach where the mother can hold the baby right there. Okay, put her on the mother's stomach, okay? Yes, sir. Don't touch the corn or anything like that.
After she was born, I was so relieved because Ronnie had taken care of her, Ronnie had taken care of me, and she was okay. She was breathing, she was alive, she sounded very healthy, and I was very, very excited.
It was like a load, a ton of weights just lifted off me. Peace of mind, excitement, thrills, all at the same token, completely all in one lump sum. For that spare moment, it was like God has gifted me with the most wonderful, greatest thing in the world.
Oh, damn, here they are. Somebody, I don't know who. I don't know. You did real good, okay? Okay. You just delivered your baby. Yeah, no joke. Something you never thought you'd do. No, I passed out at blood, so I don't know what to think about.
The little lady on 911 made me feel that she was part of me. I was right there, she was right there, and together we done it.
I could handle this.
It felt like I was hugging her, and it was on a phone. It was on a portable phone.
Okay. Glad I could help. Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome.
I actually helped this man deliver his child. I got choked up, and he got choked up, and we were both just glad it turned out the way it did.
Brandon accompanied Angela to the hospital so Ronnie could drive himself. A few minutes after they left, Ronnie followed in the still bloody family car.
I was on my way to the hospital. I was just all pumped up. I was all excited. All I could think of was getting to the hospital. I was speeding, and I knew I was. When those lights came on, I was like trying to think of just 100 different things of how I could get out of this. I just wanted to go meet my child and my wife.
What's your name?
Ronnie Bellon.
Let me see some identification. Driver license.
Oh, I don't have it, sir. I was all grossed out and disgusting and everything. I was just something like you would see on a horror movie.
Right here.
I felt like the officer thought that I was some kind of a criminal that just killed somebody, murdered somebody.
10-4 Westline.
When the officer verified my story, he really couldn't believe this either.
Congratulations, Mr. Bellon. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, sir.
It's been a year since Brittany Ray Bellon was born, and someday when her parents tell her the wild story of her delivery, they'll have the proof to back it up.
When the birth certificate came in from the hospital, it had attending physician Ronnie Ray Bellon. Ronnie, I think, was jumping up and down because he said he felt like he had actually got recognized for what he did. I am very proud of my husband. I think he did an incredible job. He came to my rescue, he came to Brittany's rescue, and he delivered her. And I think people are going to always look up to her and say, she's got a special dad.
Watch the truck.
For the rest of my life, I don't think I could ever experience the feeling of what my son, my wife, and with myself accomplished what we did with the love that we had for each other. You're proud of it, and you've succeeded in something really beautiful.
When I see Brittany, I think there really is a special bond because I was there when she was born. That bond is something else that no one could ever take away.
Yay!
I would die for her, I think. I love her that much.
There you go.
I love my daughter with all my heart and soul. I brought her in this world. I love her with all my heart.